Hi everybody, it is Sunday, July 2nd, 2023. It's 4th of July weekend. This video is just going to be made public soon as it's uploaded, so sorry, no chat stream, but yeah, it's a very long 4th of July holiday period of time, so I've got stuff I want to do today and this afternoon, and I'm sure everybody else is also so. Today's video and the video that goes up on the 4th, it's just going to be, hey, watch them when you can. That's all I ask. Stuff that I've noticed happening. And yeah, a lot of the stuff is happening overseas. I'm waiting for some things to be popping here in the States, but we'll be seeing what's going on. I guess this morning, very early hours. Oops, forgot. Make sure, hey folks, remember everything is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I am a clairvoyant psychic, so please just remember everything is entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimers down in the box. Yeah. Okay. What I was going to say is that when I started going through my news feeds, yeah, I guess the goofballs decided to kick off things bright and early, and I guess there was somebody going pow 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 in Baltimore, and I guess the Brooklyn neighborhood of South Baltimore. So it's not only Chicago that people are going bonkers in, but Baltimore also. Isn't that where Jojo used to go to every night? Somebody put it in the comments if I'm wrong. So his home area is acting like Chicago, and yeah, and the other cities that are becoming totally decimated. I guess it's going to be a tie between Chicago, San Francisco, and LA to see which city is completely wiped out first. Well, we know San Francisco is in the lead. I'd say it's going to be San Francisco, downtown LA, and then Chicago. I mean, we do have the baboon running the city. We went from Beetlejuice to the baboon. Oof. Don't get me started. And now this weekend they have NASCAR going all over the city. I'm just waiting to see. I'm just sitting back and watching. I'm going to sit back and watch the fireworks. Something that I caught because, hey, you all know I watch my international news feeds and to keep an eye on what's going on. Yeah, in the past few days it was like this big religious holiday for the Sikh community, and over in Pakistan, a bunch of fools decided to disrupt the kirtan ceremony, kirtan ceremony in the Sikh religion. It's I think it was Gurdwara. Well, you have to realize that when that area was split up into different countries, back when the Raj ended, when it no longer was a crown colony, they kind of split it up where at one time there was East and West Pakistan, and India was in the middle. So they had the Sikhs, the Hindus, all were in the center in India. East and West Pakistan were primarily Muslim. So anybody who's not Muslim is the religious minority in Pakistan, because I want to say it was in the 1970s, because I remember watching it on the news, that East and West Pakistan used to be one country, but things were getting really messed up. So East Pakistan decided to be its own country and now goes by the name Bangladesh. Okay? Little geography lesson for you in history. So, but it is also, Bangladesh is still primarily, I want to say Muslim. We know Pakistan is, so anybody who's trying to celebrate a religious holiday that doesn't follow Allah, the fools are going to make a mess out of. Okay, we all know by now, everybody knows what the heck's going on in France. Well, yeah, it is. The kid was 17, driving a car. Legal driving age in France is 18. This was like, someone reported it was like his 6th, 7th, or 8th traffic stop since in the past 2 years. So this kid has been driving illegally. And he had other passengers in the car. Well, the goofball, hey, the police, we don't know the whole story because I don't know if they were wearing body cams, so we'll never know unless they do. The police are telling one story, the passengers in the car are saying another. Still, that kid should never have been behind the wheel of a car. Now, they're from North Africa. France allowed the former colonies, residents of the former colonies, to come in and reside in France. So they've got a huge North African community around all the big cities. They're all in the suburbs of the big cities. Well, the mother of this kid that was sent over the Rainbow Bridge, she's the one who's been calling out for everybody of North African descent to riot. And she's the one who is encouraging everybody to basically burn down the cities. I mean, it's going on in, Paris, Lyon, Marseille, Nice, all the major cities. Okay? Now, Macron is basically calling out putting on extra 45,000 police. How he's going to pay for it, heaven knows, because he sent so much money over to the Z guy. And now he's shutting down after 9 o'clock, all public transportation ceases. That is rail and buses. The metro is shut down and all railroads are shut down at 9 p.m., which means there's a lot of fancy trains that pull in and out of the Paris train stations that go to other countries. So are those trains also locked down because of the riots? Well, everybody thought that the demonstrations about the pension age increase were bad, but no, this thing with the kid, it's basically George Floyd Part 2. And they're just going batshit crazy over there. Now, the more the mother encourages it, the more devastating it is. And right now, it's like, okay, Macron was supposed to go over to Germany for something, and he had to cancel that. I mean, he got enough bad press being at the Elton John concert. But now he's ceased all international travel and meetings to focus on what's going on in France. And because of all the upset, it has now started to spread into other countries. Right now, Belgium has been announcing that they're dealing with this burn, loot, murder crew baloney. So, be careful, folks. We have all known that all these migrants coming into our countries, our democratic countries, we're waiting for a spark to kick off. Okay, the North African migrants are basically going, destroying France. They're burning down France every night. They've now spread into Belgium. There's a lot of these migrants in Germany. I don't know the count in Spain or Italy, but I'm guessing those countries are next. This uproar with the North African people, migrants, it's going to start spreading. And we've got a bunch of those people who have crossed into the United States. So when they're given the signal, they're going to start here. They're going to kick off in the UK. This is why we've been flooded with all these illegal border crossers. And that kid out driving illegally because he was doing something he was not supposed to be doing. That is the spark that ignited the tinder, and it spread through France. It's now into Belgium. It'll be spreading through the rest of Europe, crossing over into the UK. Once the UK goes, here in the United States, we're next. And Jojo is not saying a damn word about it. Right now, they're trying to distract us because now people are starting to talk about how badly Jojo handled Afghanistan. We know what that is, and now it's being leaked out that Jojo uses a CPAP machine at night. Gee, I wonder what would happen if it malfunctioned. Maybe he wouldn't wake up. Maybe that's the way they're going to 25 him permanently. Yeah, Jojo is, now that they've announced the CPAP machine that he uses, it's sleep apnea. Do not be surprised if one morning we're given the news that it didn't work. And that way they'll get Cammy in. I know, it's going from bad to worse, but with the Cammy Poo, considering she's, African, Bahamian, Caribbean, and whatever, maybe she could, well, no, she hasn't even gone, she went to the border once. Who knows? Who knows what's going to go on? But, yeah, they're trying to deflect the news about France by talking about Jojo's and Blinken's screw up in Afghanistan, but to keep the word off of everything else that's happening in the States. Another funny thing I saw, I don't know if it's true, but gossip is flying that Twitter is going to limit the amount of tweets people can view each day. So, depends on your Twitter status. If you're a verified account or pay the $6 the subscription fee. So, yeah, I think that's just something to weed out the troublemakers who don't want to purchase the membership. As for the BRF, we all know that KC3 is downsizing. And he's downsized. Jojo is supposed to go visit. It was supposed to be an official state visit, Jojo and KC3. But for some reason, it's now been announced that KC3 is downsizing it. It's no longer an official state visit. So that in itself is giving me clues that Jojo's not all there. And Charles doesn't want to be there talking to a blithering idiot who has to have his diapers changed. So, Jojo may go to the UK, but It's no longer considered an official state visit, and it is, we don't know what they're going to call it. Personal visit vacation time, like he did through Ireland, because he's not functioning well. They can't let him loose among other heads of state. So, not good. We have seen Edward, the new Duke of Edinburgh, out. And if anyone's noticed, it looks like he is looking better. He has put back on a little bit of weight. I mean, he did, being the youngest kid, it really hit him hard. Losing his mom and dad in like basically 18 months. And it hit him the hardest. And yeah, he did lose, you could see it, he just lost weight and he was grieving. And he's kind of getting out of it. It's reaching the 1-year mark of his mom. He's slowly getting out. He's looking better. Put on a little bit weight, and he's in his element right now. I mean, I saw the news clip where he was visiting Northern Ireland, and he went to a beach area that was set up for people who have disabilities. And you could just see him there having so much fun with the kids who are disabled, who have to use special like water toys, like boogie boards that are set with a seat, so someone, instead of standing or whatever, they're able to sit on it and have a second person with them. And you could really see his technique of being a parent. And we see Sophie doing the same thing. It's kind of like Sophie's parents must have raised her with this way, so she kind of taught Edward how to be a really, really good parent. And while we know Charles was raised by nannies, Diana did the best she could, but Diana was in a dysfunctional household. Charles, okay, being in the royal family, yeah, that's dysfunction 101. So Sophie basically was the first commoner in modern times to marry into the royal family. So she was able to help Edward. And because of how she was raised by Mr. and Mrs. Rhys-Jones, Sophie was actually able to use the techniques she learned from her parents in raising the new Earl of Wessex and Lady Louise. So, yes, I have a feeling that William and Catherine, during their courtship, especially William, he was able to notice how his aunt and uncle handled his little cousins. And William now realizes, hey, this is kind of like how a royal family can be done. So here Catherine came in with the skill set from her parents. William is recognizing the skill set from the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. And if you notice, combine the two, that's how George, Charlotte, and Louis are being raised, which is something really cool. Now, the other thing, there's rumors going out about Meghan supposedly staying in the same suite that Diana used at the Carlisle Hotel in New York. Well, they're saying the stories are coming from Carlisle staff. FYI, unless it's sanctioned by Carlisle Hotel management, all staff members sign a very watertight NDA. So this story about her having a seance in that suite, it's coming out of we kind of can guess where it's coming out of. It's not from a staff member of the Carlisle, because Carlisle Hotel prides itself on not talking about their guests. There are 2 hotels like that here in Chicago where celebrities hang out, stay at, and I will not mention them because they don't want it known. I know where they stay, but I ain't telling. So I'm going to make this, I don't want to go on too much longer because, yeah, today I'm going to go see the movie Sound of Freedom. It's the movie with Jim Caviezel. It was really popular with the Chateau Blanc crowd about 18 months ago, so I'm actually going to go see it in a regular movie theater. So if anyone saw it while it was doing its private screenings about 1.5 years ago, if you saw a private screening, if you can go and see it in a theater now, can you put down in my comments today if there was stuff chopped out of it for the public distribution? Because I know that happens a lot. They chop out stuff for stuff to be shown on TV. I mean, if you listen to the director's commentary for the movie Saturday Night Fever, he actually admits that they reshot some of the scenes twice. One with the potty mouth dialogue and one with the clean dialogue. And the actors were like, why do we have to do this? They go, TV residuals? So, yeah. Okay, so everyone, I want to hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Here it's pouring buckets, but wherever you're at, I hope you stay dry, and I'll be putting up a video in the morning hours on July 4th. And then back to regular scheduled time and chat stream on the 6th. So play safe, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.